Hi, and welcome to this week's Las Vegas Advisor Weekly Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Wednesday, March 23rd, and there's a lot of news happening in Las Vegas, huh, Anthony?
Unfortunately, it's not really good news this week.
The prices are going up.
Yeah, we're talking about prices today, and because they are going up. It started with our top 10, on LasVegasAdvisor.com in the newsletter LVA. We always have the top 10 of the month. And this month, 2 of our top 10s have gone up in price. Small amounts, but I mean, they've still gone up in price. The first one being the formerly $1.25 hot dog.
That's right.
At South Point. Great hot dog. $1.25 comes with all the fixings, including sauerkraut, but it's gone up to $1.50.
Yep, and I was surprised to see it. I went there with my family, ran into some viewers of this podcast, and we commented. We said, "Hey, it's $1.50 now."
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been $1.25 for a long time.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons that it is has been $1.25. This is a little bit surprising that it goes to $1.50 because Michael Gaughan, who owns and runs South Point, always wanted it to be with a 75-cent cushion if he could get it, so the customer would get the tip from $2.
Okay.
Right, so you give them $2, and you can wait around for your 75 cents, or you can say keep it. And the story on Michael Gaughan was he always said, "Look, I don't really want to change this because otherwise their tip's going to get smaller to 50 cents instead of 75."
Yeah. Okay.
So, but they did it because it's inflation and there's price pressure everywhere.
Yeah.
The other one is the Arizona Charlies, both the one on Boulder Highway and the one on Decatur, so it'd be east and west. Their steak or ham and eggs breakfast has gone from $5.99 to $6.99.
All right, so that's a full $1 increase, but it is, it is a Las Vegas steak for under $10, which is still something to be sought after.
It's a good deal still, and I mean, we always will take them off the top 10. We put them in the penalty box for a month.
Okay.
But both of these they're going to go right back to the top 10. I mean, they were even better deals before, but this is just an example of how the price pressure, upward pressure, is just hitting everything.
Yeah.
These are sacred deals that are going up in price all over the place. Anybody who wants to look at the top 10, it's on LasVegasAdvisor.com.
And sticking to the topic of price increase, the show prices are increasing as well.
Yes, well, show prices have been going up, steadily for years, but they're going up fast right now.
Okay.
Another thing we do is we canvass prices every month, again, for the newsletter. So we call them all, and we check them out, or we check them online, or wherever their prices are listed. And 11 different shows went up in price this month.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, that's a lot. Normally we see 3 or 4. 11 shows went up in price, ranging from $4 for Love at the Mirage to a hike of $49 for Silk Sonic, which is a kind of a semi-headliner show at Park MGM.
Okay.
And the thing is, what's bad about this is that they're going up in all areas. So they're going up on the headliner shows, they're going up on the comedy clubs, they're going up on the production shows. Just anywhere you go, again, prices just up.
Yeah, and that's no fun to see that. But there are some alternatives that we've talked about.
Well, that's a good thing, is that, as the prices go up, it gives opportunities for others to come in.
Okay.
And, we've talked in the past about the free Elvis show at Ellis Island on Wednesdays. The Elvis impersonator.
Yep.
We've you and I went to the last couple of weeks. We've gone to the WISEGUYS Comedy Club downtown.
A lot of fun at WISEGUYS, yeah.
And I mean, they've got an open mic there for. I think it's a $5 cover charge. I think they charged me. You do it sometimes, so you don't pay the cover charge. I know you get in for free.
I do it as much as possible, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, yeah.
But it's fun. We saw Pauly Shore there last week.
We saw an incredible show that Pauly Shore did. It was a one-man show. It wasn't his stand-up. It was
terrific.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much a Pauly Shore fan. I wasn't sure what this was going to be, but it was terrific, and it was $35 flat.
Yeah.
So that handled tax and everything else. $35 you were through the door, $5 beers. Pauly Shore was tremendous. His show is brilliant. I mean, it's just about him growing up, and you won't believe all the name dropping. It's really good.
Yeah, it was really fun. It's called Stick with the Dancing, and it's actually he's doing it again on Monday. I believe that's the 28th at WISEGUYS.
Yeah, that one's worth seeing. But we are, in this issue of the Las Vegas Advisor, every year in April, we do a show price survey. We're going to do it again for this next issue. So we'll have more to say about where prices really are, because we're going to look at every single thing in town and try to come up with some deals for you.
let's hit the gas prices. Above $5 now in Vegas.
Yeah, for the first time ever, gas prices have gone up something like 32% in the last month.
Yeah.
And the average price in Las Vegas now is $5.21 as of the last reporting. $5.21, that's the average price.
Yeah, wow.
And second highest of any, well, Nevada is a little bit lower. For Nevada, I think 514 or something. Second highest of any state except California right now.
Yeah, well, it used to be. I remember we have a video that's a little over a year old where we were reporting on the Wild Wild West truck stop being like a great play to get some cheap 87 gas.
Yeah,
And
it's still pretty good. I mean, it's not always the best. Best is to look at some of the apps that will tell you where the cheapest gas is, but you pretty much are barely going to find it under, even at the best places, you're barely going to find it under $5.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, it's gonna come into play in Vegas. People are going to stop driving in, and even those who fly in, they've got to, if they rent a car, rental car prices are through the roof, gas prices are through the roof. Eventually, it's gonna hit this city.
Right.
And again, we've talked about this before, but that might turn on, it's good and bad. It might lower room rates because they're going to have to do something to counteract the energy prices.
Right. And I think you are also talking about how the airline prices have not been super affected yet.
Well, that's a surprising thing, as you would expect, fuel, but so far so good with airline prices. They haven't been too bad, but I think that's the next shoe to drop.
Yeah, okay, so that is probably the next shoe to drop with prices, but check the airfares and see if it's cheaper to fly here.
Yeah, I mean, take advantage of flying while you can, before they go up too.
All right, and let's shift into some good news. South Point is offering some reduced juice. Now, what does that mean, Anthony?
Reduced juice means that they're offering you a betting deal.
Okay.
All right. So normally and then this is for March Madness. Mm-hmm. This is for all the games through the championship, NCAA final championship. And normally when you make a bet on a side or a total, it's lay 110. So bet 110 to win 100. When you reduce juice, they make you lay less. So there's less tax on that bet, and they're laying 105 at South Point. It's good on the sides only, on point spreads, so it's not for totals. But if you want to bet on Gonzaga, if you want to bet on, Kansas or whatever, you're going to lay 105 instead of 110. So that's that's $10.50 instead of $11, or 105 instead of 110.
And you can do that by going to South Point and going to their sports book.
Yeah, and I think you can do it on the app too. I'm not certain of that, but if you got a South Point app, you can bet there, and I think it's also 105 on the app. But at least if you go to the window, for sure you can get it.
All right, and then what are the latest odds?
Current odds, it's holding pretty much to form. Gonzaga's still the favorite at plus 250, so bet $1, win 250. Note out there, I said Gonzaga.
Okay.
In the last one, I said Gonzaga, and some people got on my case about it.
Really?
And
okay.
I should have known better. It's like people mispronounce Nevada; they call it Nevada. Right? And an equal offender of Gonzaga, calling them Gonzaga. I should have known the Zags, right? No one calls them the Zogs.
Right.
So,
okay, that makes sense. The Zags.
Yeah. So
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga's a favorite at plus 250 to win it. Kansas is next at plus 500, so that's 5-1. Who's the other one? Arizona is third at plus 600, 6-1. And anyone who's been watching the tournament, you might not be surprised that St. Peter's. Who's St. Peter's? I don't know. I never heard of them before this tournament. They beat Kentucky.
All right.
But St. Peter's in the Sweet 16 is still the long shot at 130-1.
All right. They're like the Hoosiers. Let's go. Let's go St. Peter.
Yeah, I don't know who they are. I thought they were junior high. But whatever.
All right. Cool. Well, they got a shot, a long shot, but they got a shot. And I like that kind of stuff.
All right.
And more good news, if you're here in Las Vegas, there are 2 new buffets in town. Now, let's talk a little bit about them, Anthony. Where are they at?
They're a little bit different. I guess we're going to call these buffets.
Okay.
And we're going to categorize them as buffets. One is the return of the gospel brunch at Mandalay Bay in House of Blues. Mm-hmm. And that's a fun one. You know, it's expensive. It's $54.50, all right, per person, or $27.50 for kids. But it's a good brunch, a decent brunch. New Orleans type of Cajun cuisine, and a gospel show.
Yeah.
So as you're eating, I mean, they're up there singing and dancing and hallelujah and all of that. I've been to it a few times. It's really good.
Yeah, I've actually been in L.A. They used to do it at the House of Blues on the Sunset Strip, and. So
they're bringing it back. They haven't run it for a couple of years, so that's the next one back. There's also, we discovered in a restaurant called The Kitchen, which is essentially the coffee shop at Resorts World. They've got a daily breakfast buffet and a weekend breakfast brunch. for $36 on the weekdays and $39 on the weekends. It is essentially a buffet, even though they don't advertise it as such. So we're counting it as 2 new buffets, which brings the total up to 14 now, if you count Westgate, which is off again, on again, off again, on again, off again, on again. But we're counting that too. Here too, we stay really up on the buffets and the changes, so you can get all that information at LasVegasAdvisor.com.
All right. Well, that's another reason to go to Resorts World.
Yeah, we got to go do that. We got to go in the wild to the Gospel Brunch. It's fun. We need to show it on the channel.
Yeah, I'm excited to get back to Resorts World. There's a lot of stuff to do there.
Right.
All right. And this week's Jackpot of the Week is a really cool one. These are our friends Alan Zerbe, Tina Smith, a power poker couple, a power video poker couple.
Right.
And they come visit us here in Las Vegas. They write in, "Hello, Anthony and Andrew. You might recall that you featured Tina Smith's $4,000 jackpot of 4 aces with a 3 kicker last year. Tina and I were back in Vegas in February, and something unusual happened to Tina at South Point. Tina hit aces with kickers for $4,000 twice. Now, it's on the same machine, on the same day, with a 3 kicker in the same position, and both games totaling exactly to $4,150 after the hand. All random, but very unusual."
I tell you what, sometimes I get pissed off hearing these stories. It's like, how do they do this? But okay, quick analysis, 9-6 double bonus. That's a 98.98% game. Decent game. Again, we're looking at South Point again, which a lot of people play at South Point because it's a good place to play. They have a good players club. They have good machines throughout. It's really they advertise it on Gambling with an Edge that Bob Dancer and Richard Munchkin do. They're good video poker. Dancer always talks about what a good video poker house they are. So, they're playing in a good place, and they got a great result. To me, the interesting thing was the 3 in the same place and the kicker 3 again. But 4,150 was the final total on each of them as you look at them side by side. So there's a little funny mojo going on there, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, certainly those are 2 awesome jackpots from 2 awesome people. And thank you for continuing to send in your stuff.
Yeah, do it again.
Yeah, do it again. We challenge you to do it again. All right, and that's it for this week. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and email us your big jackpots.